Go.
Hi everyone, Saskia here from Los Angeles Guinea Pig Rescue. Today we're going to talk about syringe feeding. Robert, this video is for you, absolutely, because it was your idea and I think it's a perfect subject to discuss. I haven't covered that yet. So, you know, there is going to be a time when you have guinea pigs in your life that you are going to have to syringe feed, unfortunately. I mean, it happens quite often that people have to syringe feed. And I think there's very little information known about how to and what to and how much. So I'm gonna try and walk through it for you. So 3 different syringes I have here. God, I'm just standing here with these syringes in my hand. I'm sorry. Okay, I got a few things here that I've prepared. There's different types of what they call critical care. Now, critical care is actually a brand name. That is by the Oxbow company. That's critical care. But because this was forever the only company doing it, people started calling the support food critical care, which is a great name, but it is kind of confusing because that is the name of the brand. Then a company called Sherwood came and brought out this food, and this is, I like it a lot better than I do the Oxbow. And then this is a electrolytes is really what it is, and B vitamin complex. So it's tons of, let me see, it's glucose, banana, potassium, ascorbic acid, which is vitamin C, B vitamin complex. You mix it with water and you feed it with a syringe. So this definitely is, you know, it's always good. They're gonna need like lots of liquid if they're not feeling good. Okay, so I like this one. Let me read out the ingredients for you as well. This is alfalfa and Timothy hay, flax, safflower, anise, papaya, guar gum, and then a whole bunch of things I cannot pronounce. Pineapple, ginger, peppercorn, so that's interesting. And then lots of stuff I cannot pronounce. Okay, so that's these ingredients. Now let's have a look at this. So basically there's no fillers here, okay? There's no wheat, no soy, no corn, because that's something that guinea pigs really don't need. Okay, so the ingredients here are Timothy, soybean hulls, soybean meal, wheat germ. Oh, it's got a lot of this stuff actually. A lot of similar stuff. Pineapple, limestone, apple flavor, natural banana flavor, oats, wheat middling. So that's not, well, wheat middlings are actually the fiber of the wheat. So that's actually not so bad. So, you know, they're kind of similar. The only thing is these contain the fillers, this one does not. So you want to look at your food and just try stay away from food in general that has the, you know, the wheat, the corn, and the soy. Also because it's more than likely GMO, which means genetically modified organism, and that is not good, and it causes tumors. Okay, so now we've covered that. There's also, you can, you know, if it's an emergency, you don't have this stuff lying around, what are you going to do? Oftentimes you can only buy it at the vet. You have to wait till the next day and go to your vet. If it's a weekend, it's like, oh my gosh. So often I'll make my own actually, and the way I do that is pellets, and then I just use like a banana to kind of bind it all. You know, you can use kind of seeds because that's just nice and kind of fatty, and I really kind of need that if they're not eating right. This is sunflower seeds. And, oops, don't mind my little clip. This is Dr. Schultz's superfood. That, I really like it. It's actually right here. Dr. Schultz's superfood. This is amazing stuff that I'd like to just mix in. I put this in smoothies, but this is what's in it. Spirulina, algae, chlorella, barley grass, alfalfa grass, wheatgrass, purple dulce seaweed, rose hips, palm fruit, lemon peel, orange peel, beetroot, spinach leaf. I mean, amazing stuff. And it's,
Where can you buy that?
Single ingredient. Amazon has it.
How much does it
It's
cost?
actually on my supply list. I have this, but you know, the thing is that it's so huge and it's not cheap. It's the problem. So unless you're kind of using it for yourself as well to put in your smoothies, it almost doesn't make sense to buy just for the guinea pigs, right? It's just such a, you know, but then again, buy it for the guinea pigs, start using it because it's actually really good. It's dinner time and Esther's feeding, so that's why you're hearing all the guys go crazy. Okay, so then you got all this, you got your banana, and you just stick it all together, and then you blend it. You're gonna have a nice blender, and you blend it all together with a little water, and there you go, boom. But you gotta make sure it's really smooth, soft, so smooth. I mean, no chunks in it because you won't be able to put it in your syringe. But yeah, this is definitely, you can put more stuff in there. You can put pepper or whatever. I mean, you know, all kinds of stuff you can put in there. But you know, I love having this because that has everything they could possibly want. This is all the vitamins, the minerals, and everything. So make your own is extremely affordable and might even be healthier, actually. Okie dokie. So I'm gonna make some so you can see how that looks like. Now, different sizes syringes. This is a small one, a medium, and a large. So first of all, you want to decide which one you want to feed with, okay?
What sizes are those?
That's a good question. 3 milliliter, 1 milliliter, and it doesn't say. This is a curved dental syringe. I love these for all kinds of reasons. So, okay, first of all, yeah, okay, the size, right, sorry. The bigger the better. The bigger the better. And I'm gonna let you show you as well how much is actually in there. It's not that much. So this particular one is so tiny, it's just literally like a drop you're getting in at a time. So I always like to go for this one. This is what you do. You cut off the tip because it's a little too much. Whee, went flying. Then you want to make sure that it's nice and soft and smooth. There's no rough edges. Okay, so this is ready. Now, you know, let me just grab some of this. Actually, this one. I couldn't make my own. I didn't have time, so we'll just use this one. And this was on our wish list. Thank you for whoever bought it for us. That was wonderful.
Do you kind of eyeball how much you're putting in?
Yes, you eyeball, but then you actually, in the end, you will, it's the consistency, a certain consistency you're going for, okay? So, here we go. It's a little bit of this stuff. Then you put the water. And I'm just gonna use a small syringe to kind of stir it. And this is a bit of a process because then it's too much, it's not enough, and the consistency you want to go for, and this is a really important part of syringe feeding, is it has to be super thick. It has to be the thickest you can possibly get it. You can possibly still get it into the syringe. So that is what you're going for. Is if it's too watery, they're not really getting a lot of nutrients from it. It's just more liquid. So you really want to go for like super thick, still able to stick it in the syringe. So it's really condensed. The food is really condensed, and that is what we need. So got a nice,
let's see,
smooth,
oh yeah, it's creamy.
creamy.
It's not pasty, but it's creamy.
Yes, and it's pretty thick, right? It's not dripping. You don't want it dripping. And I'm gonna put this in here and see how easy it is. Sometimes it might be a little too thick. I then have to put a little more water.
Oh yeah.
Pretty good.
Oh, it went in very easily.
Yeah.
Because it was creamy enough, not too thick.
Yes, but what happens often is when you prepared it, it will still thicken up a little bit. You might have to put a few drops in it anyways. So I want to fill the whole thing up though, because I want to show you something. Come on. Oh, and the other thing, it's messy, okay? There's no way around it. This is messy business. So don't put your good clothes on. And make sure you put an apron or you're covered or something. Okay, let's see. Okay, so what I want to show you is this. I want to show you how much is actually in here and how much is actually in the smaller one. Okay, so if we can maybe kind of zoom in here, that'd be great. So this one, I think a lot of people use the little syringes, the smaller one. And if you see what's in there, it's actually, that's it. It's just a little drop. It's really not that much. So, and then, you know, you have people say, oh, how many syringes? Oh, 6 syringes, but which size syringes, right? And you know how much guinea pigs eat. So the capacity to eat a lot is there. So let's do this one.
Oh, wow. That's a
So
whole
that's
lot more.
a lot more, and that is really, really nice. So I would say at least 3 of those per feeding would be great. 3 of those would make a nice meal. So I actually have a piggy here, so I'm gonna have to put it back in. I probably need to make it a little more smooth, just a little bit. And I'm gonna show you how to feed it as well.
Should we take a break while we grab her?
Sure. Okay, I have my little girl here. She's just so darling. Oh my gosh, look at that little nose, that little snubby nose. Oh, she's just
Layla.
This is Layla. She was surrendered on Saturday. She's an older lady. Okay, so I'm gonna attempt to show you how I syringe feed. So the easiest way, a lot of people will do it like this. So they kind of have the guinea pig on their lap and then kind of try and give it to them. Oh, you want it, huh? That's actually, well, that's easy. Most of the time you'll find that they are not that easy and eager to eat it. Oh, what I totally forgot to mention is you can actually put some vitamin C in there. Just a nice big, you know, nice pour, maybe about 3 milliliter per like little glass of vitamin C. Also makes it taste nice. Okay, so this is what I do. I grab the guinea pig, and it's easiest if you wrap them up a little bit. That way they also feel more secure. They tend to stay a little more quiet.
And this also works when you're feeding a medication as well, right?
It's the same principle, exactly. So it's exactly the same when you're feeding medication. So this is what I do. And this is a great tip because this will help you. You're gonna see that it's gonna be much easier. So I use my fingers and I hold these on the side of her mouth. Not here, but here. Okay, and then I kind of use my whole hand. So she's sitting here, nice and snug and comfortable. Then I open up the little lips. Can you zoom in? Can you see
I am.
that?
I'm zoomed
Okay.
in.
And then you put here. And then, like I said, it will be messy. And then you give them a little break. You give her a little break, and then you do it again. Now, this is not a sick guinea pig, so I'm just showing you how to do it. You know, a lot of guinea pigs will eat, and that's another reason why you syringe feeding. Is it because the guinea pig's not eating? Probably, right? So what happens is there's guinea pigs that just are not going to eat it. You can put it there really poorly. You put it in their mouth, and it just comes straight out the other way. That is not good. If they don't even want to swallow or have the swallow reflex, that's really not good. So, you know, definitely go to the vet. It could also be that they have some teeth issues. Okay, so the other thing is, oh, you are messy. Oh, honey. That was probably me. I did it. I'm sorry. I'm to blame. What was the other thing? Oh my gosh.
About
I'll get to it.
about giving
They're
them
sick. Yeah, when they're sick.
when they're sick.
Yeah. Okay, let me wrap you up a little better.
So by wrapping them, it prevents them from being as squirmy, right?
Yes, and they feel a little more secure as well. But this really works. You've got to just grab that little face. If you do it here, you don't have much control, see? So it's really, you have to,
It's like you're creating a hand muzzle.
yes, you have to do this. And you can actually put it on the side of the mouth. You can just squirt some in. Oh my goodness, you're really a bad model. They actually eat it. Okay, a little bit more, just a little bit. Oh, so she really doesn't like it. Oh my gosh, see that? She just spits it right out. Anyway, like I said, this is a healthy piggy. so that's how you do it. I mean, that's the easiest way to do it. Wrap them up and just grab their little nose like this and then put it into the side of the mouth.
Oh my
like
goodness,
that.
she's so cute.
Yeah, she is. And I think that we covered it, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
So go for the big one. Make sure that it's really thick, the thickest you can make it, that you can still get it into the syringe. Otherwise it's too watery. This is not a lot, and again I will show you. This is from the little syringe, that's from the big one. So you want to feed about every 2 hours, and you want to do 3 of these per feeding.
So 3 syringes.
Yeah.
Full of the big syringes.
Yes, yes. Because guinea pigs eat constantly. You want to keep that gut going. This is another thing I hear, that the guinea pig is getting some appetite stimulant or something, a motility, because to move it through the system. Now, the food through the system, because they're not pooping right, la-di-da-di. Well, the thing is that you have to actually have food in your system in order to get it going, right? So the vet often will prescribe that. But if they're not eating, then there is really nothing there. If there's no poopies, or the poopies are really small, that means obviously they're not eating enough. So not sure what the motility will do at that point. So your main concern is to get the food in there. You want to keep that system going. So and they lose weight super fast. If you don't syringe feed and just try to get as much as you can in there until you see a vet to do a procedure or give antibiotics or whatever, they're gonna drop weight like you wouldn't believe. So it's super important.
How long do you give them the critical care?
Well, critical care should be just as a support, right? It should never be, unless I give my guinea pig critical support, it's not going to survive. If you get to that point, then I do believe that the kindest thing would be to consider euthanasia. It's just supposed to be for maybe a week or 2, and that's it, no more. Because if beyond that the animal still needs it, then that's not, because you're never ever gonna keep the weight on with syringe feeding. It's just not possible. A guinea pig that eats healthily normally, there's no way you can mimic that. You can try as much as you can with the support food, but you're not gonna get enough in order to maintain the weight. So I think that was it. I think that was the last bit I forgot. So any questions, you can put them in the comments. And thank you for watching, and I hope this video helped you guys.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Thanks, Robert.
Bye.
Bye, guys.